But hey, I've learned some things over the last couple of days. This was the first post that I put up. Here at Derek F's birthday celebration, Tay and Joe are out here too. Obviously, I was excited about that, as well as Aza and Hannah and a few others. And this was before I had spoken to anybody, except for them, because Derek and Tiffany were the first two people I spoke to out of who was there. The next post that I put up, got a chance to meet and speak to the legend herself. Confused about where people consider that as hate, but hey, to each their own. I was excited to meet her and I was excited to speak to her. Still a little confused, but hey, y'all see what y'all see. And then I said I will definitely have a recap of my night tomorrow, probably in the AM. Got to meet and speak to Taylor, Tiff, Aza, Polly, Derek, Cinco, Hannah, and James. Only one of I didn't get a chance to talk to was Joseph. That was not an insult. That was not a dig. That was just a fact. That's the only person in the room that I didn't get a chance to speak to. Y'all are trying to manufacture beef out of nowhere. I think some of y'all want me to have a beef with Joseph. There is nothing that Joseph could see or find from me that would make him want to have a beef with me. I'd be very surprised. I would be very surprised. Oh, I'm missing all these comments. And you know what? It's no surprise that the people who are in here are not the ones that I'm talking to, but they'll catch it in the replay, I'm sure. Where are we at? Good morning, Ashley. Good morning, Sheena. Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Trisha. Good morning, Chocolate. Oh man, yeah, I'm glad you finally caught a live too. Y'all tell me when is a good time to start doing these lives. Because at the moment I'm doing them at this time because I have time off. I typically wouldn't be doing them at this time, but let me know. LOL, chocolate is a good feeling when I actually make a live too. Good morning, music and mental nation. I like that. Salute. Sounds like you're singing mambo. So it's funny to me because the same thing I'm seeing online, I've had it happen to me in real life. Where I'm like, why does this person have beef with me? The person who doesn't indulge in any of this negativity. I don't really even be entertaining arguments with people. I hear things that people say about me, and I'm like, it's unimportant. I don't really care. It's happening now online. So what I was getting to is that my people who support me asked me, what were your impressions in the room? My impressions of what happened in the room are not debatable because they're my impressions. I was in the room. And the reason they want to know my impressions of what happened in the room is because they've been watching me for hours on these live feeds that we were watching together, analyzing everything, giving my opinions on conversations that were being had. They feel like I am a level-headed person. I'm a straight shooter. I call things down the middle. So it was just an intrigue to know what my experience was in the room. The questions that I was answering is not based upon me being upset about my experience. Obviously, of all the things I said, what people are most interested in is Taylor and Joseph. So I got several questions. I put them up. You can actually see them and read them. I got several questions. That's why I was talking about that. If it was just a recap that I was doing and it wasn't live, I just would have said, I spoke to Taylor briefly and I got a couple of pictures with her and she was nice to me. And I didn't get a chance to speak to Joe. That's essentially what I said 5, 6 different times. And people said to me, they phrased it like, why do you think he didn't socialize? What do you think was going on? I expected him to be nicer based on what I've been seeing. I didn't say any of that. That was not my commentary, that he wasn't nice, that he's not a sociable person. My commentary was, I did not see him socializing with the fans in the section that I was in. That's not a lie. If at some point he came down and socialized with other fans that were not nearby me, then so be it. But that doesn't change what I saw from where I was standing. I'm not a surveillance camera. I can't surveil the whole room. I can just tell you what I saw. And if you're mad about what I saw, and if it makes you happy to see him in people's stories or wherever you saw them in people's stories, I don't really care about that. I spoke to almost everybody in there. I wasn't focused on what you guys are focusing on. That was not my primary focus of the night, to be like, oh, I could have taken videos to the people who are like, oh, you're such a weirdo. I was standing right in front of them. All those videos that you see them dancing, grinding, all that stuff, I was standing right there. I might have taken a minute worth of video of the two of them. If that was my main purpose, I wouldn't have had, they were only there for about maybe 2 hours at the most. So there's no way I could have had all those conversations that I had with Hannah, with Azza, with Polly, with Big D, with Cinco. How do you think that I spoke to everybody in the room if my main focus was to come in there and talk to Joseph? Would I have liked to be able to talk to Joseph? Sure. Did talking to Joseph make or break my night? No. Do I think Joseph is a bad person because I didn't get to speak to him? No. They tried to turn me into a house guest, y'all. They tried to turn me into a house guest. How did Mark interact with the house guests? I might as well be on Big Brother at this point. Your boy for Big Brother 24.5. Big Brother 24.5. He can dance. Chocolate, I'm probably going to get in trouble for even making any comment. The jailers are going to come for me. But yeah, I thought that Joseph wouldn't be able to dance. Uh-oh, the jailers are going to come for me in the comments for saying that. It's so frustrating when people engage to try to find a fight. Take a word or two that they read. This is what I'm saying. I'm like, I put up an hour and 20-minute video about an hour and 20-minute video. Probably if you put all the jailer parts together, it might have been 15 to 20% of the video, possibly. But that's the only thing that anyone is talking about. I said Hannah was so nice to me. I said Ozzo was the nicest person I ever met. I said I talked to Tiffany about her podcast. I said me and Cinco had conversations about the challenge and his relationship with Cash. I said I talked to Pauly D about if he's going to come back and about how he feels that Johnny is blocking him. I spoke to almost everybody. And I spoke about that. And I spoke about how great my night was. Somebody said this morning, I came in with an agenda and I didn't make it about Big D. Big D was the first person I saw walk into the building. And I was like, yo, happy birthday, Big D. And he said, thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming. I'm going up to the VIP, but I'm going to be back down and have some conversation. So let me tell you again, just like a shorter recap. I got into the building. They were operating on cookout time. So that means that everybody was late. So I was just in there, just hanging out, having a good time. Big D was the first person I saw walk in. Surprisingly, compared to a Challenge Mania event, Challenge Mania events, when people from the show walk in, the fans mob them. So it wasn't really like this. It was kind of more of a casual vibe, at least at that point in time. So he came in, he kind of said hi to a few people really quick. I said hi to him. And like I said, I told him happy birthday. And then he went to the back. He stayed there for a little bit. Tiffany and Hannah came in. And I spoke to Tiffany. I didn't get to speak to Hannah at the beginning. Hannah went to the VIP section. And then Big D was thanking me for coming. Yeah, Big D and I spoke to, there was a guy who said, oh, you didn't come for Big D. You missed the mark and you made it about something else, about Joseph, when it was supposed to be about Big D. So I posted that video on purpose to be like, what are you talking about? Big D actually, I posted it on my Instagram and Big D actually loved the post. I posted that same video that I put on YouTube on my Instagram 2 days ago, and he loved the post. So people are just talking just to talk. Mark, the more you rub shoulders with the alum, the better chance you have to get in that house. Do it, Mark. I'm kind of joking. A lot of you have been telling me, like, you should apply for Big Brother. And half of me is like, you know what? That would be kind of cool to be on Big Brother. But the other half is like, if people are like this with me now, just mark that they don't even know. They're mad that I was in the building with two people from the season. Imagine what they would be like with me in the house. I mean, it would boost my profile. For sure, it would get me a lot of followers. But man, some of these people are annoying. People telling me that I did not have a good time. That is weird. That is weird to tell me that I did not have a good time at that function. Did it look like I wasn't having a good time? Because maybe y'all were watching different pictures and seeing different videos or seeing it in different ways, but I had a great time. If they had another one in my area, I would be there again.